5 for 6
absolutely.
the other night, 6 ribs, your first career Grand Slam. Tell me that you climbed into the crowd and got that baseball back.
I was not able to get the baseball back, but after a night like that, it was a happy flight. The boys were all pumped up on the bird. I mean, I didn't even think about getting the baseball. I was just pumped about the results, so we'll take it either way.
You know, it's funny. You guys get on fire when you stop thinking about baseball because right now it's fantasy football time. I don't care about what you guys are doing. I don't care about you hit your grand slam. Let's get right to it. Dale Swain, your hitting coach, runs a big-time league. And Rose, I need to back him with everything he does. He's just going to be our information. Maybe you and I split a team and we'll nickname it Pudding Face.
Hey, that's a great idea. Dale's going to be pumped because I already got someone to sign up for the league, so we got another member to the league. And now it takes a little bit of heat off of me in 1-5. We probably won't be in the email every week, maybe every other week now. So a lot of good just came from this interview.
Hey, on your draft league that you guys are doing with the team, who's your first pick?
Well, I got the 8th pick, so I don't even know who's going to fall to me. I'm thinking somewhere, golly, I don't know. Rose, you're the football. I know Julio's going to be out. It's going to have to be some receiver, maybe a good running back in there, snake up the running back first round.
Yeah, well, I mean, David Johnson and Le'Veon Bell are going to be long gone by 8.
Yeah, those.
So, yeah, I think
there's like 5
right
guaranteed that are gone. I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope people forget about him somehow. I'm hoping someone falls to me. We'll see, though. It's all about the waiver wires in those leagues.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's down the road. But I want to get into you and Ned Yost's pregame little boxing skit you got going. I love this, the slow motion, right to left to the right. Has he ever hurt himself hitting that steel chest of yours?
Believe it. I mean, that's just, we did like 6 or 7 different ones in a row, and I kept telling him, come on, Skip, this is going to be one to get us going. This will be the one to get us on a roll. And, I mean, times were tough. We just couldn't buy a win. It was earlier in the season, and all of a sudden he came with the knockout blow one game. We scored a bunch of runs. We kept doing it, and you know, you got to get weird every now and then, Rosie. That's just what happens in a 162-game season.
I love it. Speaking of weird, let's look at this fan's awful tattoo of Ned, please. And what do you think about the teeth on the bottom?
Oh, man, that's I'll tell you what, I love where your head's at, and I love the passion you have for the skipper, but we got to get that one professionally done. I actually just saw Johnny Gomes earlier out here today, and I saw his World Series tattoo on his cap of the Royals, and I mean, we're talking that's professionally done. That's the real deal. So we need to somehow get that guy sent to Johnny Gomes' guy.
Well, the MVP of that World Series, of course, was everybody's friend Salvador Perez, and we love him. Although Millar took him to task the other day with the pelo. What is going on with his hair these days?
Hey, everyone's against the hair with Nino, the blonde. When it's wet, it's all slicked back. When it dries up, it curls up. I think Nino's in his prime right now. I think this is the best he's ever looked. I mean, he's in great shape. The guy worked out with me all offseason. We were getting little beach runs in. He's got the blonde hair flowing. He's feeling himself. He's got 20 pumps. I mean, he's in a good spot. I'm on it. I'm on the hair. I'm on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want you to look into your monitor very quickly and check out this guy who had the Blonde Ambition Tour working a few years ago.
That ain't right.
Hey, you had the good tan going. It's all. I feel like if you're going to go blonde, you got to rock a good tan with it. So you got the tan going.
Bro, that was such a bad look, bro. I apologize that. I want to go to a good look right now. You rocking on stage with Garth Brooks. How cool is this? Because we all want to be rock stars, and he wants to hit homers in his show and grand slams like you. But talk to me about this.
Dude, that was probably the coolest moment I've ever had. I mean, we're sitting there backstage, and all of a sudden the lady that's putting on, maybe his producer or somebody like that, comes up to us and says, hey, do you guys want to go on stage and shoot cannons? And me and Mossy looked at each other like, absolutely. So me and Mossy planned out, I'm going to go on this side, you're going to go on that side, we're going to get a Garth sandwich, it's going to make us famous, we're going to go off, and it was every bit as cool as it was hyped up to be, man. It was some type of adrenaline rush, I tell you that.
All right, we know you're a huge NFL fan. You went to the Cowboys-Packers divisional playoff game last year in Big D. Check it. You're with Demarius Randall of the Green Bay Packers. What's the setup here?
So Demarius's older brother, his name's Patrick Norris. It's a stepbrother. I room with Patrick in low A, high A, double A. And Demarius was in Arizona State, so we would always see him in instructional league and when he was playing out there. So a couple years later, I see in the first round the Packers took Demarius Randall, and I'm like, wait, that's my boy's brother. So we hit him up. We got in touch with him, got to go to the game, check him out, got to get back in some contact with his brother, and it's pretty cool to see.
Locaine apparently is a huge Cowboys fan. We got a picture of him. He looked a little despondent after the game. You all right?
Yeah, Locaine, I tell you what, you're not going to find a bigger Cowboy fan than Locaine. So he's living and dying by every move the Cowboys are making. And it was so funny because that game, they started out, Green Bay was up a bunch, and he's like, man, this game's over. And then they got back in it, so he got fired up again and just crushed them at the end. But it was one of the better football games. Obviously, it was a playoff game, but, the back and forth, the lead change, it was one of the best games I've ever seen.
All right, Haas, I'll let you get out of here after a couple rapid fires. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right, which teammate's face would you least like to tattoo on your body?
Teammates. Oh, man. I got to go with the skipper after seeing that one. That's a bad one right there. He doesn't look that bad, but that's just a bad tattoo.
Great answer. Last one, this is pretty easy. Recite 2 lines from your favorite Garth Brooks song.
The Friends in Low Places. I got Friends in Low Places. That's the song they played in every 6th inning, I think, my first 3 years at Kauffman Stadium. So I can tell you every word of that song.
Blame it all on my roots. Yep. Nailed it.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Haas, as always, it's great catching up with you. Okay, our 8.5 minutes are up. I can turn my tribe light back on. I would wish you luck the rest of the season. On a personal level, yes, but you know where my heart lies.